Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm back today. Sorry about last week. Couldn't have we avoided. Just back was troubled me too much to stand here. It's not 100%, but it's already better than what it was last week. Anyway, welcome along. And I managed to get Doug and Brian, and I'll just bring them in so they can say hello. There they
You didn't
are.
say
Hello.
you didn't say it this week, Doug. You didn't say it, Doug.
No,
No,
not yet.
no.
Not yet.
He will.
So I'll put the gruesome twosome back in the
There you go.
background.
Told you.
All right,
That makes me feel a bit better now.
all right. It just slips off my tongue, and that.
We're right in the right place now. Anyway.
So today I'm going to turn this bit of gnarly-looking log. Now, I seen a competition piece on Saturday, and I like the look of it, and I thought I would have a go at it. It's
Overhead.
let's see, overhead. There you are.
There we
You
go.
can see. I think this is about a bit of oak. I'm not sure. It's out of my log pile outside. It's been lying there for a long, long, long time because I didn't have a piece of wood big enough. And I'll just run the tape over that. So it's 6 inches.
Some nice bits of branch inclusions and stuff going to be in
Yeah,
there.
there's plenty of
Mhm.
inclusions in it.
Yeah.
It's 5 inches wide by 6. I got the measurement right this week. I could say it's 150 by
6 inches.
6 inches. Aye, 6 inches. Right. Anyway, so the plan is to turn this. It has a tapered end. It's like a hollow form.
Mhm.
Let's see. There's like a ratting bit there, so I was hoping to get that turned away and maybe get some of this down and to see what it's like in the round. So I'm just going to put my face shield on because I think this will
plan.
be jumping all over the place. It looks very hard and brittle, and I don't want to get hit up the face with any large splinters. So make sure everything's tight, and
I could make
sure
an
your
unkind comment there, but I won't.
uh, uh, just make sure your speed's at a reasonable speed. Let's see where it's sitting at. Oh, it's jumping about a wee bit. Just back it off. They're sitting about 900, so I'll use my bowl gouge just to work on this because it's really a bit hard, and I'll see what the bowl gouge. So I'm just going to pull these curtains
So
round. Stop the
it's
shape
always
it's gonna
good to
make.
use a bowl gauge when you have branch inclusions in a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Bowl
Sure
gauge
is.
just a bit stronger in the shaft than the spindle roughing gauge. Safer.
All right. How about I welcome everybody into the group today?
You go for it. No,
All
you go for
right.
it.
We've got Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks, Copper Al at Wood Turning,
Rob.
Wood and Burl. Hello, Haley. Vinny Charlton is in. Mike Evans is in. Hello.
Mike.
Brian Best. Hello, Brian.
Hi,
I
Brian.
didn't see you sneak
Brian.
in. Chris Dodds is here. Bailey
Oh, God.
Woodworks. Hey,
God,
Chris.
the Australians are in. Oh, God.
Door is in. Door 60. Hello, Andy. Chris Dodds, Copperell. I think we've said everybody.
Yep.
And I'm
Now-
sure more will be jumping in here in just a minute. Hello.
Well, 17 watching currently, so somebody must be hiding in the background.
Welcome
Could
along,
be.
everyone. Thank you. This is really hard.
Can see that. Right choice of tool.
So I just want to take it gently. Try not to take big cuts this stage. Try and get it into rounds. Get the speed up a wee bit more will help. But it's well out of round, so it's out of balance quite a bit. So we're limited with the speed we can go at, so I'm sitting about 900.
And we have not decided what wood we got yet, right?
Well, I think it's a bit of oak.
I think it's oak.
I think it's oak.
Okay. Yeah. Starting to look like it. Sure is.
I could be wrong, I think, but
Yeah,
I think
I don't know. Well, I'm putting full screen. I'll get a better look. There we go.
it's one of those branches that was laying, it's been laying out in my log pile for a long time.
Chris Dodd says that's not a wee bit of wood. It is just a wee bit. In Paul's world, it's a wee bit. Gary Glass is in. Hi, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary. I'll still some get some conclusions. Need to get down a wee bit more. Let's see if we can get the speed up a wee bit.
Uh-oh. Okay.
1200.
Hold on to your wallet. Ben's in.
Yeah.
Hello, Ben.
So I'm just using the wing of the gouge here, guys, to take this timber away.
Roger Kent. Hello, Roger.
Let's see what that's like. We're getting more round and most of that bark off. Still a wee bit. It's still a wee bit big. It needs to come down a wee bit more. So we'll get that roughing gouge out and see what damage you can do with that. I'll turn that speed up a wee bit more. See what that's like. It's not bad. A wee bit there. Yeah. This piece of wood was full of branches. So there's
It does indeed.
nuts,
Yeah, there's loads
there's
of
nuts
them.
all over the place. So it might work out all right.
Kind of looks like it was up toward the top of the tree, doesn't it? That cut was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got lots going on in it.
Right.
I'm not sure it's oak though.
I don't know what it is, Brian.
No. I'm not the world's best at identifying timber, to be honest.
Right.
You're just about a money sycamore and ash.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just putting a bit of shape onto the bottom here because it narrows down to the foot. So as to go a wee bit more than that at the minute, so I'm just going to leave it there for my. So I want to bring this top in. I can cut a bit off this. It's too long. So I'll get a wee bit off this one. The bowl gouge. See if we can get rid of that gnarly bit in the middle because it doesn't look too healthy.
Gary's saying that he's been out of commission because of a small operation he had, but he's recovering and been able to turn a few pins for Christmas. Gary, that is great news. Glad to hear that you're getting over the operation.
See what that's like. See if I can get it
Indeed,
ready.
Gary.
You see that? I'll change cameras. And let you see the end of it. You can see that rattling bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm
Does indeed.
hoping. So I need to put a nice wee, what would you call it, arch or concave recess into this. Right.
Oh, see what you're doing, yeah. It's a cove, basically, you're putting in the end of that.
Oh, I couldn't remember the name.
These technical terms.
I know, terrible, isn't it? Shocking.
It is tough sometimes when you're trying to explain something with correct terms, and sometimes they just won't come to your head. Gary, we're not sure what the wood is just yet.
Whatever it is, it's pretty hard and it's a wee bit of rat in it. There's quite a few inclusions in it, as you can see. I'm hoping to turn that off because I don't need that. But as you get in the middle here, the gout is jumping all over the place. Let's see what it's like now. Maybe. I didn't want to go as wide as this. I want to have a small opening, but it looks like I'm going to have to bring it out to here to make my opening and for the wee lid to get rid of this pulky, gnarly bit in the middle. So what we'll do is we'll get the Jacob's chuck and drill that out, and then we'll fix that up. What am I looking for? Parting tool. We'll cut that wee bit off here. Right, okay. Right, pull that away a minute. And we want to get Jacob's chuck.
How soft is that punky bit?
Very soft.
Okay.
It's really rotten, nearly.
Just wonder how far in it will go.
Well, I'm not really worried about the
We're about to find out.
the inside. We'll find
Yeah.
out together. Right, I need to force her a bit. Right.
In the end, Chris.
Okay.
Chris just says, and in the end, out he covers most of the wood and stuff. Well, just for me.
Oh,
Chris the
me.
Trees has joined us. No, Pete.
Hey, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
And,
Turn the speed
Alex.
down.
Alex is in too. The
Hi,
wood
Alex.
pitcher.
Right.
And Robert Butwood is just mine. Join us.
Oh, hey, Robert.
Todd's on form today too. You must have heard it far too often, I think, Todd.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, that's the national word in Northern Ireland, isn't it?
And we. That's
We.
it's a yeah. It's a
We?
It's like
it's
A in
well.
Canada.
It's well used in
That feels a wee
Scotland as
bit
well.
more firmer there. So
That's
Good.
good then. It's not going to take much hollowing then.
Looks like this is the time when retired people have their lunch. This is the time when most people have lunch, Ben,
Yeah,
unless they're in the U.S. like me, and we're just having breakfast and coffee.
okay, that's
past my lunchtime.
Yeah,
I usually have
yeah.
my lunch about 12 o'clock, between 12 and half 12. That's when I normally have lunch.
There you go.
take this face shield off. Don't need it no more. Right.
Have to have lunch between 12 and 12:30, so we can be on live at 1, right?
Who wants to know what we're turning today, Paul?
It's like a wee pot with a lid and finial. It was a competition piece that was made, and it was entered in the competition on Saturday, and I like the shape of it. So I need to bring this down a wee bit more, and that's to get what's that word, Brian? I forgot.
Cove.
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 Cove. A bit of a cove into this. It should be a smaller hole, but because of this rotten bit, I'm having to make this wee bit wider. So there's a wee lid to set into that with a, sort of, it's not a finial, it's
A finial.
we'll see.
It's
We'll
a
see what.
combination of a finial and a knob. A finial.
No, it's not a knob.
Oh, I just realized I was wanting a finial for my project tomorrow, and I just was looking underneath my monitor, and I saw I've got a finial already made. Hello. That'll save me some time tomorrow.
Right.
You will.
All right.
The resets here for the lid.
It's breakfast time. Todd says it's breakfast time. Actually, I've just had a small Twix for breakfast dessert.
That should be
It's
deep
small
enough.
Twix. There's a such
Just
thing
put
as small
it straight.
Twix. The small Twixes are tiny.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Right. So I
And
want to
Pete's
put a bit of what do I need? Turn the speed up a wee bit.
I want to know where Pete finds all those extra hours in a day.
It's because he's retired.
37 and a half hours in one day? I wish.
Just because we can.
Right. I'm just gonna.
So basically, what you
Just
put
gonna-
in there is give us a look at the overhead again. Let's see that shape of that now.
I'm just gonna change the shape of this because the
Oh.
way the wood is reacting to me. I think this rotten bit. It's not very nice around here. Still, it's a bit
Coming
pokey.
out through the side, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But so we'll change it slightly. Just going to be a wee bit smaller than what I wanted.
Yeah, I was going to say just keep the same shape, make it a bit smaller, say just to see. I mean, the kind of standard shape can be, you can start off at about 12 inches and make it 6 inches and have the same shape. It doesn't matter.
You can see that's still breaking out at the edge, and I'm not getting a clean edge for.
Chris Dodd has said, being in Australia, I'm thinking of going to bed in a couple hours so I can make strange noises when I get out of bed. Yes.
Yeah, we all know those kind of noises.
I'm going to have to cut it back a wee bit more. It's it's reaching into about there, so it's wider than what I wanted it to be, but there's very little I could do about it. Just work with a piece of wood I have.
Mark, the gentleman wood turner, has joined us. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Glad to see you tonight. Tonight. I guess it is night for Chris Dodds, but rest of us, it's either morning or day, isn't it?
Yep.
So like that edge is like now. It was just a wee bit on the breaking out. That's a bit better, yeah. I think I can get away with that.
Oh, Ben, you're funny, boy.
Oh,
Chris,
mercy.
he says, Chris, I know your accent is funny, but have some self-respect.
Oh, that's too funny.
Just using a brand new scraper to give me my wee curve.
You know, we could go a lot of directions with that. I'm just going to leave it where it lies.
I'm just waiting to sit there. I'm not getting involved in that.
No, I'm going to leave it. Oh,
Andy, the woodwork learner, has joined us.
hey, Andy.
Hi, Andy. Right.
That's
Fair enough.
intermediate.
So we'll take some of this timber from
Yeah,
the inside
intermediate,
out.
as Terry calls me.
Where's my...
Oh, you're exactly right, Todd. If this was a drinking game and we was the magic word, we'd all be skunked by now.
Oh. We wouldn't need that yet. If we was the tag word for a drinking game, we'd all be seriously drunk. Yeah.
Yes.
Quite right. We wouldn't need.
Let's see what that's like. Right.
Looks like it's
Where's
hauling
my-
pretty well.
It seems to be okay. It's not great. We'll try this carbide color on it at the bottom. It's pretty hard going in on the end grain.
Almost as a bit of a bird look about it, this piece of wood. There's not much going on. There's not much going on. Beast just said, are you Skyving, Mark? Or do you have an internet in the workshop now? He said, Mark replies, Skyving, Pete.
Yep.
Yeah, the rotten bit has gone away. It's right on the end grain here.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Doesn't like that.
Easy. No, it does not.
Andy is saying that he likes Mark's new shop. Loves how every flat surface has something on it. That sounds like my shop.
It sounds like the majority of woodturner shops, to be honest.
Yeah. Only two flat surfaces that are clear right now is my drill press and my bandsaw.
That's because you were using your bandsaw a little while ago.
Well, yeah. I have been cutting a lot of rough blanks into nice blanks here recently.
I never bother. I just cut them when I need them now.
Well, yeah.
I used to try and process them and make them nice on the shelf and stuff, and then I thought, why?
Well, it saves a lot of space for one thing.
I can't do it. I'm not sure
and
the
you don't-
space is a good thing.
You don't have to. The one thing I do like about it is I don't have to look through this big pile of logs and half logs and try to figure out what I'm going to work on. I
That's
just
true.
grab one of those blanks and go. Pete suggested that a while back, and I've started working on it, and it's working out pretty nice. Found I had some very expensive wood that I didn't know I had. Got some. I had a plank of king wood.
Hmm.
Did not realize I had it, and even after I cut it, I didn't know what I had. It took me a little while to figure it out.
Pete. Pete says the Mark's workshop, anything less than 30 degrees, was flat enough to stack stuff on. I'm getting there myself, to be honest. Andy's suggesting to Mark that 3 do a wireless 5G router for £20 a month, unlimited over 24 months. That's quite good.
Yeah, yeah.
BT won't fit a line into Mark's workshop. Yeah, I'm not surprised with BT on that. That's useless. BT.
I
As soon as
don't
I can
understand.
get changed, the sooner I get my contract worked down a little bit, so as the new company will buy me out of the contract I've already got, I'll be changed.
Is your
Do we
fiber
know
not
what the
working like it's supposed to?
here? Trying to just get it.
Go ahead, Paul.
The wee knob at the bottom, it's fighting me all the way here. It's just trying to get it
Right, all the time. Yeah,
clean across the bottom.
difficult sometimes. Yeah, I'm supposed to get a guaranteed minimum of 700 meg down, and every day I look at it, it's 150, 160, 200. It's never really as fast as it should be.
Right. Oh my goodness.
So,
I hate to hear that.
But 200 still good.
well, that's perfect, yeah. But I'm paying BT for 700, so why am I not getting it?
Yeah, if they're advertising
No,
at
that's-
700,
yeah,
you're
that's
not
the
getting what you
answer.
pay for.
No, exactly. So they're about to lose the contract in
Mhm.
January. Hopefully in January.
Right, I got rid of that. See if I can clean the bottom of this up now.
Who is it
Pete.
this time? Pete again, is it?
Yep, yep. BT telegraph pole. The telegraph pole is right outside his door. If they
Mhm.
won't give a phone line, he would consider taking the chainsaw to improve access. Yeah, but don't turn it. Yes, it's not only is it manky, it's full of chemical. You don't want to
Yeah,
turn telephone pole.
definitely don't be turning it. Just cut it down and throw it away. It'll be fine.
Yep. Don't even put it on the fire. Just ugh. That and
Gary,
the sleepers for railroad tracks. You don't want to fool with
well,
either one of them.
I wouldn't be turning them either. God knows what's in them.
Yep.
You remember how toilets used to work on trains? Gary says that when he gets back from work at the end of January, he's starting the process of a new workshop. Ooh,
Yep.
good
And
man, Gary.
then he tells us why. His wife's throwing him out of the garage because she took down the Christmas decorations out of the loft, and there's an inch of dust on them. Yep. Yep.
That's what I do when I find dust in the house, Chris. I just write my name in it.
There you go.
Have we got any bricklayers? Any good bricklayers in the chat? I could do a couple of bricklayers for a day or three. Oh, Philip J's in. Hi, Philip.
Malcolm Douglas is in.
Hi, Malcolm.
Hi, Malcolm.
Philip J. That's a new name to me.
This to me too. Let me have a
We're
quick
glad to
look.
have you, Philip.
Mhm.
Take a quick look here.
Welcome along.
I do that all the time.
Oh, that's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Oh, I can't. I was going to go look, but I can't look.
Why not?
I don't have a spanner.
Are you not?
Paul's not giving me one.
Oh,
He doesn't know how.
shocking. Can't believe that.
Right.
That's all right.
I
We're
can
getting
resolve
somewhere
that.
now. We just get the wee calibers. See where we are here. Still get a bit of wood, about ½ inch in thickness, and I want to take a bit off the outside of it, but so I'm just going to tidy this up a wee bit in the inside, and we'll call that done, and then we'll concentrate on the outside.
There you go, down to the nip over Jack now. Like,
Okay, yeah, there we go.
that'll work. Sorry, Glenn Cope says AT&T wouldn't run fibre to my friend's house. He came home one day and a contractor had inadvertently run 2,500 foot of line to his house. He now has fibre. Oh, he was lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, where's that? I've lost the chat yet. There it
All
is.
right.
Get back on
Still
top.
got a good bit of timber there.
Looks like
Yeah,
Philip's
but
just getting started on YouTube. So, well, Philip, we're glad to have you along. Hope you'll make yourself regular.
Indeed. Get some videos back. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's a good plan, Pete. He says, if you want fibre and you won't install it because there's distance, buy a long length of fibre, it's cheap. Wait for a windy day and lay it on the ground near the access point and report it as broken.
That's funny.
And he hopes it'll be a different department comes to fix it. You might need the internal bit as well.
Phew.
Gary, so I'm going to extend my workshop, Gary. The plan is to extend my workshop. I'm going to make it a bit wider. By around 3.5 to 4 feet. And put some windows in it. That's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about ½ inch. I don't want to go any more than that. Right.
I do what the other says. If you want to get fibre, I've got some fibre gel. Orange. Not the kind of fibre we need there, Andy. Sorry. But thanks for the
Oh,
offer.
yeah.
I'm kind of regular enough. Oh, dear.
Like that.
Chris. I was going to mention that here in a minute. Sounds like
You have to keep the noise down a bit, Paul. We're trying to
Fella?
talk here. We're trying to talk here, apparently.
it sounds like one of your cameras is the mic is on.
No, I think that's make us.
Ouch. Felt that one.
Let's see.
Easy. What's all them little nuts and stuff in there? Just grabbing the tool.
All these nuts in on
That's
this
what I mean,
piece,
yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
they're giving me a lot of
I
hassle.
think you get a nice cut started and he just grabs a piece of hard nut.
Yep. Right. Well, I'll just tidy this bit up. I'll call it quits at that. It's,
Call it quits. I've had enough, he says. Set that over there, man. Bring that back up to full screen. 32 people watching, Paul. That's good today. Well
Oh,
done, guys. Thank you all for
absolutely.
coming in
thank you very much, guys, for coming in and
on a Monday
see
lunchtime.
what I'm doing today.
That is a great lunchtime number.
Mhm. And Benjamin says, Paul, do you have a toolbox rest?
A
Or a
toolbox
box?
rest?
Sorry, a box tool rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
No.
little one that sits inside the.
It goes in? No, I don't.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not
You
yet.
haven't got one of those. Handy
I'll
to
have
have.
to get one. It's just a wee bit of that nub in the bottom, and that should be more or less that.
Yeah, that little box tool rest thing is ideal for getting rid of that nub at the bottom too. I have to say, Philip J needs a bit of advice. I have decided between 1.5 inch by 3/8 round nose bowl scraper. Which one would you recommend I go for? I have a 6/8 19mm round nose inch.
Yeah. It must be 1.5 inch or 3/8
One-
inch.
1.5 is big for a scraper. I have an inch and I think it's 1.25 inch mine. It's a big scraper.
Yeah, it is a big scraper.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what you're doing, Philip. If you're
Correct.
doing big stuff, big bowls, that 1.5 might be nice. If you're doing like small boxes or even small bowls for that matter, the 3/8 is going to be a little handier for small things. It's going to be a lot tighter radius.
Have you
So
ever-
your so the definite answer is it depends.
Yeah, just depends.
Yeah.
As with most things in wood turning, it can depends.
Yeah.
But if you want to build up your toolkit, if you've got a 19mm one, I don't see why you would need. Go with the inch or 1.5 inches.
Right, I need to just touch that up a wee bit. The top.
Yeah. Yeah. Alex said unless you're Zed, and then he uses a bulldozer blade. He really does. That's about a 2-inch.
Or a car spring. I think he did it one great big lorry spring. He has one made out of.
Yes, he's got one of each. Yes, he sure does.
Mhm. Benjamin says a round nose scraper is more versatile. Not had much use for a bowl scraper as such. If you mean the half round one. Yeah, I have one of those half round ones as well, but I don't use it very often, I have to say.
Yeah, I've just started using mine a little bit more. Been watching Raffin.
Richard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He uses them. He gets his sidewalls done on the inside and then goes to that scraper, and they come out beautiful. So, it's hard to argue about that. So I've been trying to use mine a little more, and works pretty good.
As long as you keep a nice little burr on the edge, it'll do the job.
Yes.
That's what we had before we had bow gauges.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They do work. Yep, Andy's correct in saying that too. A small square carbide tool is great for boxes. It is indeed, if you want a nice square bottom in it.
Sure is. Simon Hope round negative rake disc scraper is nice, but
Yeah.
useless on hollow forms, Pete says.
Yeah. Ben Gellman
Understand
says
that.
Richard Ruffin is totally against negative rate scrapers. He is indeed, yeah. Doesn't see the point in them.
Well, yeah, but he also says raise your tool rest up to at least mid height so that you're
Yep.
pointing down.
Yep.
So you're creating a negative rake even though you don't have it ground that way. Eddie
Exactly.
Kaplan says exactly the same thing. There's no point in the negative rake scraper when all you need to do is raise your handle.
Keep the tool rest on center and lift your handle a wee bit.
Yep, yep.
Creates a negative rate.
Yeah, Mark's introducing it into his courses now.
Mm-hmm. Playing with the rattles before bow gauges got invented. Indeed, Pete.
Yeah, yeah. Playing with rattles before bull gouges got invented. Yep, yep, yep.
That bow gauges only came around in the 50s and 60s.
About that, yeah, yeah.
I think Pete will tell us because he's old enough to remember.
Wayne definitely could, but in fact, I've heard Wayne say, but that's okay.
Do 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 do.
Ben adds to the debate by saying negative brakes are really good for areas you can't see, though, like smoothing out hollow forms.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, they work. There's no question they work. The question is, though, can you get around not having a negative, not putting a negative rake on your scraper? And fact is, you don't have to have it ground that way. It can be normally ground. Just raise your tool rest, raise your handle, so that you're in a trailing position. And it works quite well, quite well. Robert said, Pete, did you not make your own rattle? He probably did, but he had to gnaw it. He had to chew the wood out. Yes, Wayne used flint tools. We know that.
Oh. We have
He was
daylight.
Daylight. 2 times.
That inclusion. I can see my finger.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Character lines.
Mm-hmm.
Pete likes his negative rake, he says. Keep the handle flat. Save doing the math to get the angle at X protrusion over the rest. Math is hard. You're quite right. Math is hard.
Yep.
Benjamin says maths. It's not math. Math is an American term.
It's arithmetic.
Yeah, when I went to school, we did maths with an S on the end.
Yeah. Reading and writing and arithmetic.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Yep, 3 hours.
Reading and writing arithmetic. Wherever that came from, I don't know.
That came from way back in the back of my head somewhere. I don't know.
Gary Glass is up to go Christmas shopping. Oh, Gary.
Oh, dear.
Gary.
Good luck, mate.
Good luck with that. Yeah, Andy said on
I've
slate.
got one to do, but I'm in no rush.
Gary, sorry, Andy, the woodwork learner says on slate, Brian, question mark. He's 100% right. When I first went to primary school, I had a slate
Mm.
on my desk and a piece of chalk. And that's how I learned to
Wow.
write.
Mm. Oh golly, those big old fat pencils that we used to use, and I remember I couldn't wait to get to, what was it, third grade, when we started using a fountain pen.
Yep.
And that lasted for about, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, and everybody had blue spots on their shirts.
Ink everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the teacher finally said, "Okay, we're not using those anymore."
We used to have, we had to be nominated as the ink monitor.
Mm.
When we got to about, it was about, well, third primary, well, I can't remember what it was called, primary 1 to 7, I think it used to be.
Right?
Primary 3, you stopped using the slate and you went onto the inkwell with the scratch pen.
Yes, yes.
You dipped it in the inkwell and then that was a disaster, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right. We'll just mark our bottom here, and then we'll bring that down a wee bit more.
100% correct, Pete.
Yep, yep. Oh.
Two, yeah, two cultures separated by a common language.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Yes, it is a common language, but it's not the same, is it?
It used to be the same until you guys had a revolution
Yeah, yeah.
and kicked us out and changed the language.
Yeah, exactly.
The dictionary was changed. Some ideas were good, like kind of write it as it's spelt,
Yes.
which is a good
Yes.
thing. I mean, some English words are just uncommonly complicated.
Yeah, and whether it's Great British English or it's American English, we're such a the English as in general is such a combination of other languages. It
Oh yeah,
drives.
stolen languages basically.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Stolen words for everywhere.
I mean, Latin, English, Greek, German, you name it, we've got it.
It's all in there.
I had always heard that, but I did not realize how much of that was going on until I had to study Greek. When I studied
Oh yeah.
Greek, I came to understand. Oh, okay, now I get it. Yeah, yeah. What did I just see? Ben asking when I upgraded from a feather. Late third grade.
It's called a quill, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have cut a quill or two.
Andy says that Old English is very similar to German. Well, don't know. Brian Best says, yeah, try Ulster Scots. You're right there. You know. I'm not so sure that's even a language.
I find it funny people talk about.
Liking the shape of this, Paul.
Yeah, it's coming along really nice.
Getting there.
Just it says he loves words with a silent P. That's a waste of a letter. You're quite right.
Like pterodactyls. You heard that one, hadn't you? Why can you not hear a pterodactyl urinate in the woods? It's because the P is silent.
The P silent. Pete says my sister lived in Spain for 35 years or so, went to Peru on holiday and thought they would also speak Spanish. She described it as the equivalent of Shakespearean English.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll
nobody
check
can
that.
understand a word of it. Yeah.
Ooh.
I started to say a while ago, church people will argue about, some will argue about using the King James Bible. But if you go back to the original version, the 1611 version, when it was first written, most people in America cannot begin to even read it.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the letters are even different. So it's interesting to see a facsimile of just a page of an old 1611 King James Bible.
So I'm just bringing the top of this round a wee bit over on the top. So it's not coming straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Andy. Andy says try understanding full board Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I've talked to Glenn Senior in person, face to face. You're right.
Did you struggle a bit?
A little bit. I caught the gist of most everything he said.
Yeah, Glenn's not too bad, I have to say.
Andy, parts of it were written in Hebrew, parts were in Greek, and other parts in Aramaic. All of the Old Testament was Hebrew. Chris said we'd have trouble with Australian. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yes, Todd, you're exactly right. That's why I laugh about Paul using it so much. What do you mean, Andy? Yes, Glenn has an accent. Andy must come from Yorkshire.
He does. He does.
Oh me. Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne's even talked about it. Oh mercy. I first started watching these lives. I had to ask Wayne after about, I don't know, 3-4 weeks of watching him. What does that mean, being sacked?
Sacked.
I didn't understand. Fired, I understood.
Yeah,
Sacked, I
fired,
didn't
yeah.
understand. That and what's the slip? A
P45.
P45. Yeah, I had to ask what a P45 was. A pink slip is what we
Yep.
call it.
Oh. P45, yeah.
You've been sacked.
Todd from Glencoe said he had to use closed captioning for the first few of Brian's live.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
you did you? I see. I made an agreement when I teach. I make an agreement with whoever I'm teaching to that I slow down a little bit if they would listen quicker.
There you go.
That's the problem. People don't listen quick enough. Most
Yes.
record videos aren't in English these days. They're in Yorkshirean. Man.
Yeah, we just the Yorkshire grit.
Unless-
Still have
unless-
a new tin,
You do?
Brand new. Holy cow.
brand new, bringing it out.
Unless Ruby's demonstrating and then it's in Canadian and we're all screwed.
Alex asked, or he said that he thought a pink slip was a logbook for a car. The titles used to be done on pink paper, and so that's what you're referring to, I think, the pink slip
is,
of a
yeah.
car. But
Yeah.
but yeah, your papers for being fired quite often are pink as well.
I think he's referring to the famous scene in Greece where they were racing for the pink slips.
Yes, and that's the title.
Mm-hmm.
So just removing any excess
Yeah,
Yorkshire
real
grip from
real fancy
piece.
form with a DVLA something for title ownership to a car,
Mm.
or being the registered keeper of it, at least.
Yep. He says, "That's okay, Todd. That's what we use when we're earworming for him." Oh, that's too funny.
Oh, dear.
No,
Just-
Ben, I've not had to fire anybody, thankfully. Never been in that position. Didn't want to be.
Yeah, it's not a nice feeling to sack somebody.
No.
No.
I have to say it. I've had my share of it. It's never
Mhm.
pleasant, and it's never easy.
I did have to let a cleaning company go one time. They weren't doing anything wrong. We could get it done a whole lot less expensively and had a little more control over it. So we just told them we were going to change, and that was that. It wasn't there's nothing personal. It wasn't they were doing a bad job. It's just changing our direction a little bit. But never had to fire somebody. Been fired a few times, but never fired anybody.
Right. Now on to the next part. I'll take
I'm
that
still not
off.
sure what this wood is, guys. Anybody in the chat know what this wood is? Because I'm at a loss to.
It is oak.
I was going to say, right, stop right there. That little tight grain going straight vertical, that looks like oak to me.
There's lots of branches in this piece, like.
Oh, there is.
There really are.
Right, we'll get that off. I'll get the next part off. Right.
And Andy has his usual comment in here. He says it's tree wood.
Yes, tree wood.
Purrs.
Yes.
Tree wood, and it was free.
The only even better, free tree wood. Yeah.
Yep. I've taught some people around here. Somebody caught it before Brian did. Pete did. I started to say I've taught some folks around here what fogwood is. So that's good.
I was looking at the chat screen there, Pete. I missed that. Mr. Friendly.
It wasn't there long. Brian El Tenera de Madera is in. Hello, Brian with a Y.
Welcome along, Brian. I
used to hesitate saying all that other because I am not good with, I never was good with Spanish pronunciation. And so, but anyway.
You practiced?
A little bit. And listening to Joe, she taught me a lot.
Joe does well. So does
Terry. No, Terry didn't teach me, but.
No, I don't say Terry taught you anything. For goodness sake, you get more big-headed.
Exactly. He'll never let me forget it, would he?
Nope. Right, I'll get this down to the round and cut what we need off it.
Benjamin says, "Do you ever stop wondering about how amazing wood is? Where would we be without it?"
That's a fact.
Wood and horses.
That's a fact.
Wood and horses, the two things that improve the state of humanity.
I do know what this is. It's a piece of mahogany.
Okay. I like that. Feces wood? Feces? I don't know how are we going to say that?
Not feces, anyway.
No. Theses wood found in someone else's stock. Yeah, yeah. I like that kind of wood too. Yeah.
Without wood, we'd be heathens and sod builders. You're quite right, Peter.
Sod builders is true.
Sod builders.
Sod doesn't turn very well though.
They don't call it sod. They don't call it sod. They call it cob building, isn't it? Cob. When you build with soil. Certainly in the UK, it's called cob.
Cob. I thought cob was when you used hay or straw.
No, it's a combination of mud and straw, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Cob. Yeah.
Where sod is actually grass. You cut it just under the surface, so it's grass and dirt.
You're gonna stack it.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Sensible, Ben. How did you come up with that? How amazing is it that something that used to grow can dry out and be used as material for thousands of years? You're exactly right.
Crazy.
It is amazing. It is amazing.
Cob uses cow muck, does it?
Uses who?
Cow manure, I don't know. That's it. I did see a program on that thing called Grand. I think it was a program called Grand Designs. There's a guy building a cob house.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this thing was a mansion. It wasn't just a little house.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Took him years, mind you.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Andy was saying cob uses cow muck. It can. I watched a show one time. They were making cob. They started with just like clay. The soil in that area had clay in it, so they were using that. And they switched. At some point, they switched to concrete. They were making up concrete and mixing that with the straw and hay and what have you. I worry.
Yeah, I was watching a program on the TV the other night. There's some guy in England who is planting thousands of redwood trees, sequoias, giant redwood trees.
Right.
Right.
He has a nursery and he's growing them and planting them.
Okay.
So
Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I do my little bit. I have planted about 1,500 trees.
It's going to be a while before they grow up. Slow growing tree, isn't it?
Sequoia? No, it's quite quick. Sequoia is a fairly rapid growing tree.
Right.
It can last for thousands of years, apparently. Growing still. And some huge examples in America.
Yeah. Yeah, Todd. You laughing at Peter, Todd?
Both.
Yeah, well, yes.
Uh,
I remember thinking about people having grass roofs, having to mow it. Craziness. But they do it. People do it all the time.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of people doing that now. They don't use grass so much now. I can't remember what they call it now.
just a wee bit too far there and made it too big.
You did not.
Plenty of wood, so we'll take it back a bit.
Sedum. Right. Sedum, that's it. Sedum mold, Alex. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, yeah.
You use sedum on the roofs, yeah.
Yep.
Todd says that Daddy's arms is so short he can't reach his wallet. Yeah, short arms and deep pockets is Terry's problem.
Yeah.
Peach becoming sequoia growing the local arboretum. They plant
Yeah.
foreign species every few years to see if the climate change will allow them to grow it here. There you go. It's the way forward. We'll have to try and keep up. If it's going to get hotter, we'll need different plants.
Read an article many years ago that in the Northwest, where the sequoias grow, well, the West Coast of the U.S.,
Just going to
there
put
are a
that
lot of
piece back on the chuck here. I've left that a wee bit tight. I was scared of going through the top of this. I'm just going to make it a wee bit deeper on the recess, just to catch that. It's just a wee bit tight on it
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
for.
Anyway, there are gift shops that sell sequoia seedlings, and people buy them and take them home and don't understand in just a few years they grow great, but in just a few years they topple over. The problem is the root systems are shallow on sequoias, and so in the big sequoia, the big redwood forest, they grow really big and well there because all their root systems are intertwined, so they hold each other up. Just pretty interesting. A tree that size.
And they protect each other from the wind. Most conifers have the same sort of problem with roots.
Right.
They're very shallow rooted, and they get blown over and strong. And that's why we plant them in big forests. So
yes,
the leading edge ones maybe get knocked down a bit, but the ones in the middle kind of stay.
Right. Yeah, all those interlocked roots will hold themselves up. Golly, it's been nearly 20 years ago now, but when Katrina hit, one of the big storms,
I remember.
it tore up the South pretty good, and the bulk of the trees that came down were pines. They withstand a lot, but they came down because the wind was so big and shallow root system.
Few shallow root system and lots of leaves still on them.
Yeah,
pine needles.
Well, yeah, pine needles. A few oaks came down. They were mostly shallow rooted oaks for whatever reason.
Yeah, there are very few trees that have real deep root systems anyway. Right. They won't go down too far. Occasionally things like eucalyptus and stuff have a big deep taproot.
Mm-hmm.
And some other trees. Most trees have a fairly shallow root system.
Yeah. You want trees with deep root systems, you have to look at trees more in arid areas. Mesquites and olive trees and golly, there are several others. Yeah. Yep. Long tap roots that go down exactly to find water.
Alex says they don't until you try and dig them up. Yeah, indeed. I've dug up a few trees in my time. If you can get enough space around them, you can get them out. What about the dollar tree, Doug? Says Todd.
Yeah, Dollar Tree. Yeah, it's got a pretty good taproot. It's been around a long time. Dollar Tree is a discount store.
Oh, right, okay.
And we've got Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and Family Dollar, all kind of competing. Real inexpensive stuff. It's like your pound store.
A pound store or B&M and these
things.
Pound store where stuff's not a pound.
Yeah, no.
Right. Well, these aren't either.
It used to be.
In fact, we've got another one called Everything's a Dollar, but it just recently had to change to everything's $1.25.
Ben says, speaking of wood, trees and wood, I've just noticed Paul's turning some wood. He is turning a nice
Yes.
wood there.
Yes. Nice lid to go on a nice little pot.
Mhm.
That's where I want to be.
And
Lidded,
I just
I call them lidded vessels. That's what I call them.
lidded vessel. Yes. That sounds
lidded
good.
pot or lidded vessel, whatever
Lidded
your
vase.
fancy is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just going to use my wee rhino scraper to tidy the inside of this up.
Alex says, wow, well spotted, Ben.
In case y'all missed it, this is a piece of mahogany.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a. We were talking about cutting disc out of boards a while ago. I've got a big. I've got it marked there. What is that? 10 by 4 disc of mahogany that I cut out of a big plank that I had. It's sitting on the bottom. It'll stay on the bottom. I don't enjoy turning mahogany.
No, I don't like turning either. It chips a bit.
Chips and just dusty. Just
Yeah.
dusty. Kind of like
Not nice.
Paduke. Yeah.
It's not nice.
Paduke, you have that orange dust everywhere. Mahogany, it's a red dust. It goes everywhere. And both of them, you blow your nose for a week. You think your nose is bleeding.
Yeah. Not nearly as bad as turning bog oak.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 bits of wood, Chris says. One with an innie, one with an outie. Well, that goes way back in the demo, doesn't it? It's those technical terms. Yeah, well, it keeps the roots from spreading out in the yard.
That must be the idea. I don't know why you would do that. But it is outies are easier to sand flat. Yeah, you're quite right. Aren't they? Outies and innies.
Yep.
Love it. Gets complicated when you've got a couple of outies followed by an innie in between.
Yeah,
It gets complicated for the sanding then.
absolutely. I was turning.
There's one thing about that one, Tim, but it takes a shine well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And that's only a sand sealer.
Yeah, yeah. I was turning a box one time and actually accidentally turned off my tenon, so I did an insert, which was an outie on both ends. That was interesting. And trying to get a snap fit with it all. I think it took me 3 tries, but I got it. That really does shine up nice.
It does.
Some of those woods we don't like to turn are make the nicest projects.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. We
Thinking
just
music.
relax.
Paul does this all the time.
Yep.
I think
Just
he's
stop
thinking.
when you want to start singing
when it-
Christmas tunes.
Yeah, I'll stop.
Yeah.
I'll put a stop to that. It's-
Robert said his slates were still on the roof.
oh, there's
Oh,
always one.
mercy.
I have to
Yep,
say, there's always
Yep.
one.
Yep. Got to be one.
We didn't just have a random piece of rough slate, you know. We had nice beach edging on it all the way around it. Nice little frame on it.
Yeah, that's okay. So
Must have been we must have went to. I must have went to a posh school that day.
Yes, sir. You did.
What you doing now, Paul?
I'm just turning the lead round
You want to
so
show
I
it
can
from
cut
the
it
overhead?
off.
It shows
Yeah.
it from the overhead now.
I'm just putting a slight radius on that, so when I take it off,
Wait,
it-
Andy.
the joint.
Yeah.
So there's no
Yeah.
use wasting all that bit of mahogany. We can turn an RV thing out of that
You
at
could.
some other stage. So we'll just part it off there.
Todd said, right, you can remember going outside and beating the erasers on the brick wall to remove the chalk dust.
Yep.
I've done that too.
Many times. Many times.
Do they still give kids milk in primary school?
Yes.
I think they do.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Little third pint bottles we used to get.
Yeah.
Oh my! I remember getting it in a glass. Had a little milk machine. You
Oh,
raise
right,
the little
okay.
handle and milk. We had to buy our milk tickets the first of the week.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would go through my weekly allotment in the first 2 days usually.
We used to get a bottle every morning, a third of a pint at school.
Yeah.
It was delivered by the milkman. In little bottles, little third pint bottles. Lovely.
At school, the milkman came to school.
Yeah, he delivered it to the school, yeah.
Okay.
And then it was delivered to the classrooms.
And we had the
We had-
milkman come to our house.
We had the milk monitors who would hand the milk out. And they
Yeah,
Okay.
having a milk monitor. You get out of doing schoolwork, run around with milk bottles.
This is true. Pete says not since Maggie Thatcher banned it. There you go. It was stopped. When the
So you just want to be careful when you're working with something this size. You don't get the crack. And usually when you start the lathe up, so turn your speed down and just make it sure it's not too fast, because that can break it too.
We
So
only
I just
had
want-
milk. We only had milk in schools after the war, after the Second World War, because the country was full of people with rickets and vitamin deficiencies. So that's why milk was put into schools.
Just bring it.
People
The
would
two
get a
rest up.
daily dose of calcium and etc.
Tail stock.
We certainly don't need it anymore. People are far too well fed as it is now. You just need to have a look around the streets and see. I was growing up, I don't remember ever seeing a fat person, ever. When I was
Too
young.
low.
Oh, Todd's asking if I remember Charlie's Chips doing house deliveries. Yes, we did that a couple of times in my family. Wasn't worth the effort. We could get them just as cheap, if not cheaper, at the store.
Yeah, Benjamin says, now move forward 50 years and now we have teachers brushing children's teeth. We
I
do
hope that's
indeed.
not true. Is
Oh,
it? Is that true?
It is
Oh
true.
my word!
And
No, no.
children going to primary school, they're not even properly potty trained.
Yeah.
No, they will not be admitted into first grade here if they're
no.
if they're not potty trained and they can't brush their teeth. They have to do that on their own here.
It should be here too.
In fact, kindergarten is pretty much mandatory here now, and so they're supposed to know their alphabet and be able to write their name.
Busted it. Ah,
Oh, you broke it. Ah,
Go through it.
Oh,
James.
Oh man.
heck.
Yep. Yep.
Where's that bit?
Recess just a little thin, wasn't it?
Gone.
I forgot about the side of it. We went
Yeah.
too close to the side.
Yeah.
Not to worry. Well, not all's done. Things happen. And when things happen, you can fix it. Where's my calipers? Are they still the same size? Yeah. So I knew that bit
Yeah.
of wood would come in handy.
Yeah. Andy says that was a nice test piece.
my son, before he went to first grade, was in preschool, basically same as kindergarten, and he was doing so well. He was progressing, ready to go, and one day he had a bit of an accident, and when somebody, it wasn't even my wife or I, it was a friend of ours who had him at the time. When something was said about it, he says, "Well, I guess I can't go to school now."
Yeah.
It was like he knew that would keep him out of school, but that didn't happen. He went to school.
No, yeah.
It was rather funny when we found out about it.
Chris does made a suggestion, Paul. Just call it a vase, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just call it what?
Just call it a
Call it a
vase
vase. Just call it a vase.
instead of a lidded pot. We'll just call it a vase.
Well,
That almost fits. That almost fits.
That's a nice bit.
Woodturners fit for sure.
I'll not go too close to the edge this time.
So I take it from what's being said that Margaret Thatcher was not she was not the most beloved prime minister y'all have had.
You could say that.
Okay. All right. I was trying to be kind. Keep it classy, right?
she was loved by a few and hated by the majority.
Okay, gotcha.
Would be the. How do you pronounce case and base? Like vase. It's not. It's a vase.
It's not a vase. It's got a lid on it.
It's got it's a vase. No, we're talking about pronunciation now. Is it a vase or a vase?
A vase.
That's our.
It's a vase.
That's our. That's our separated by common language issue, isn't it?
Doesn't need.
We call it a
Yeah.
vase.
Australians just trying to get in the act now. Vase, take your pick. You call it what you want to call it. I'll call it what I want to call it, and we'll get on just fine.
Yep. I've heard both terms. Vase being used for something that's quite expensive.
Ben says I pronounced Lidl wrong as well.
Aye, little or Lidl.
Lidl.
Is it Lidl?
Lidl. Lidl. Li is lie.
They are
And
one
DL's Bill.
Hyundai.
Lidl.
It's Hyundai cars. Or it's a different pronunciation. Hyundai. I've heard people call it something else.
We usually say Hyundai.
Just checking that. Sand sealer on it and makes it weed. That's lovely. I just wondered should I take the foot off that now. I think I will.
I think Ben's trying to give everybody an English lesson here. It's funny.
Yeah.
Considering
dear.
I'm Scottish.
The middle of little, not the middle of Lidl.
Considering I'm Scottish and I live in Northern Ireland, I mean,
That's
I
a
have an
problem in
excuse for-
itself.
for a bad accent. I have a problem. Like
Yeah.
Spuds.
Mm.
No, what's wrong with Spuds, Chris? Nothing wrong with Spuds. Talk to somebody who lives in the northern quarter of Ireland. Spuds? I know all about Spuds.
Yep.
Potatoes. Hyundai is pronounced crap, says Andy. Hyundai.
Big nut there.
People Twisted Tree says, when Maggie Thatcher died, they banned the Wizard of Oz song, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, from the radio.
Oh, mercy.
As it would have went straight to number one in the charts, Pete says.
Yeah.
Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
But y'all have had some choice prime minister since her too, hadn't you?
You boys got a room to talk.
Yeah.
I have to say,
Um,
you boys have room to talk.
Well, sure.
That's some of the Canadians. Don't talk to the Canadians about the Prime Minister. Oh,
Great.
they get a bit wound up about that too. And Pete's just put in, okay, so how do you all pronounce Hawaii? I have no idea. How do you pronounce it, Pete? Write it down phonetically there, we'll get it.
I don't, huh?
Ben's off on one now. It's Lego or Legos? It's just Lego. There's no S in Lego. It's Lego.
Lego is one. Legos
not.
is a bucket
it's
full.
No, it's not. 100% it's not. Lego is Lego. There's no such thing as a plural of Lego.
Maybe not over there, but over here
There
it is.
no, there is not.
Just a security precaution.
Security precaution.
The issue is it only takes one, and you will step on that one in the dark of night every single time with a bare foot.
So there was lots of Lego over the floor, but there was no Legos. Because there is no such thing as Legos. One sheep. No. Hold on. Sheeps, Chris. I have sheeps.
Oh, it's a herd of sheep, not a herd of sheeps.
It is. It's actually a flock of sheep, but we'll let you off, Doug.
A fleet. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Flock.
It is a flock. You're exactly
Yeah.
right. A herd. Why did I say that?
I don't know.
It's a herd of cattle.
It's a herd
What do
of
you think of
cattle.
that?
Herd of cows or a herd of buffalo.
Or
What's this Robert Broadway said? Give the bear its foot back. Give the bear its foot back. I'm confused by that a little bit. Alex just said they took our language and ruined it. Legos, my leg, is said to a wild dog. Goes my leg.
that makes sense. Had to read it twice, but it makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. Well, oh, barefoot. There was herds of people wandering about in front of my car yesterday, says Pete. Yeah, herds of people, yeah. Paul's singing again, boys. Paul's singing again.
Rub
What
a
do
wee
you
bit
think?
of stuff off of that. And a wee bit of
that can of wax is going to last you at least another year, isn't it?
yeah. I tell you the truth, I've an R1 sitting here, Doug.
It's a good job for that one's near done. You're
Yeah.
Yeah.
scraping the metal off the inside
I
that
was
tin
hoping to get an R year out of it.
there. Throw it in the bin, Paul.
Yeah, Chris Dodds
Or
was
better still recycle it.
Chris was has said what I was thinking. I was trying to come up with the right critter.
Mm.
2 crows is an attempted murder. Yes, you're right. And there's something else. I'll think of it here in a minute.
Oh, good. Hold on, Pete. Well, there could have just been a lot of folks flocking around. Steady now, Pete, steady. I could have made a mistake when I was saying that there. You only use herds when you're referring to zombies, Pete. A herd of zombies was fast approaching. Zombies don't approach fast, Ben. It's the whole deal. They don't go very fast. I don't know how anybody doesn't manage to outrun them.
Parliament of Owls, yeah. There's something that's a multiple of is called a Congress, and it's very befitting, but I can't remember what it is now.
The swans, no.
No.
In America, it's half-wits, and you got lots of half-wits in the Congress.
Well, that's true.
Gee!
Ever get the feeling you were here before?
Yeah, well, we were. Deja vu.
Deja vu.
Another bit stolen from the French language.
Yeah.
Just keep away from the edge, Paul. Just this time. A wee bit more meat on it this time, but so I still have to watch how I take it off.
Ravens, yes, Todd, you're exactly right.
Oh, Ravens.
Ravens, the Congress of Ravens.
Yeah, Congress.
Which are scavenger birds.
Yogi Berra says it's deja vu all over again.
That's exactly right. I would buy that book. If somebody would put all the sayings of Yogi Berra in a book, I would buy that book.
Can you not just get a list of them from the interweb? I'm sure
You can,
somebody's made
yeah,
a
you
list.
can get a lot of them, but I'm sure not all of them.
Alex says they used to say a congress of baboons, but the baboons claimed it was an insult to baboons.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Congress of baboons. Yeah, that might be true too. I'm getting more and more disillusioned with federal government. Well, in fact,
Probably.
local government.
Just politicians in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Totally. At least your guys actually go to work. We've now had 2 years of our so-called Parliament in Northern Ireland being
Oh, we're getting on the politics now. Oh dear.
being paid, but not being in work. I don't know how that
They
works.
did take a pay cut, like, didn't they?
I had to take a pay cut. I took a third of their pay off them because they're actually still working. They're just not going into the assembly building. What a lot of rubbish. They're not working at all. Don't get me
Andy
started.
Woodwork Learner, heard of Yogi Bear, but not Bear. Yogi Bear is a cartoon character. Hey,
Yes,
boo boo. But Yogi Berra was a baseball manager who came up with all kinds of odd little sayings like deja vu all over again. I had a grandfather that reminded me of Yogi Berra. Do something silly, and he'd say, "I'm going to knock you." How do you say it? I'm going to bop you on top of the lop of the mop.
Okay.
It was just silly stuff like that. But he did it all the time. Yogi Berra would do that in interviews. Flock of sheep, a herd of cow, a murder of crows, a disappointment of politicians. Pete, you're exactly right. Exactly right.
That has to be true about politicians. Has to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
The most disappointing breed of human beings.
I have known one politician personally, state level politician. He was a great guy, and he would talk about how disappointing the work of state government was. He finally quit and went on to do something that was actually honest work. And now he's a lobbyist.
There you go.
Just need to drill my wee hole for my so-called finial, not a finial. Maybe it is a finial.
Uh-oh. Alex found Google.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Fastest
Memory of
fingers
elephants.
first.
Memory of elephants, a wad of penguins, a whoop of gorillas, a dazzle of zebras.
So, right, he's just
Dazzle
making
of
it.
zebras?
It's either right, he's just making them up as he goes along.
Might be. I don't know. Yeah, Ben, you're exactly right. Either they randomly delete themselves or they randomly appear. It's amazing. I never saw that message before, even though it's been responded to 15 times.
Yeah, you're right, Todd. When Congress gets better benefits package than any other government worker, you're absolutely right. Well, our politicians are good at that too. Voting themselves nice little perks.
Oh, don't you love it?
All sorts of perks for lunches and second homes and all sorts of benefits that they get just for becoming a politician when basically
Yep.
they're servants of the people. And we shouldn't be paying them all that rubbish. They get good enough wages. Get on with it.
Well, I don't know about over there. Over here, they're way overpaid. Overpaid.
Oh yeah, same here.
And give themselves a raise almost every year.
Oh yeah.
Yet cost of living goes up without any raises here.
And they all make sure they've got lovely pensions at the end of it too.
Oh yeah.
I can still drop in that, like, I get a couple of weeks out of that. I get the new year.
Oh, you will certainly. You will, you miserable sod.
You said that you had a week or two left about 2 months ago.
There's basically fumes in the bottom of that tin, Paul.
I had a break last Monday, so I might have used it all last Monday.
Yeah. We'll see that same tin again next week and the week after. And the week after.
Did you say you had a finial for this? You did?
No, I don't have one, but
you don't?
We can call it quits here.
Key.
Or we can,
that's going to be nice.
We can call it quits here, guys,
That's
or
nice.
you want to see the finial.
That's nice.
I really like it, Paul.
Yeah, nice little shape, yeah. Lovely piece of wood.
I know it's a half two, isn't it? I think it's long enough. I'll make a wee finial and put it online and show you when it's finished. But there you are. It's a wee let it pat, and it's going to have not a finial as such. It's a straight stem with an angle cut off the end of it.
Ah, that's a finial.
Yeah.
It's a cross between a finial and a knob.
Okay.
Finial.
There you are, guys.
Excellent.
That's
Good job,
what I had today, and I know it's going a wee bit long. Wrong one, Paul.
Oh, I'm there.
Thought I was starting again.
So what are you turning today, Paul?
GP Income has just joined us.
You've missed it all. You just have to go back to the start and watch it. So there you are, guys. A nice wee finial, or a wee pot with lid, and I still have to put the finial on the top of it, and it will be black, just to contrast the woods. But I'll get it finished and I'll put it up on Facebook. Okay, I'll bring these to you in, and you can say cheerio.
I will.
And there you are.
We're here.
Say bye bye to the gruesome twosome.
Hey, stop that, you.
Just added my link for tomorrow. If hope that's okay.
Good man.
That's fine, Doug. Thank you for coming in and earworming. Brian.
Anytime.
Doug's on. What time are you on tomorrow night, Doug?
I'm on 8 o'clock your time, 3 o'clock my time.
Excellent.
So
there you go, guys. That's a Tuesday night entertainment sorted.
I'll push the button and I'll see you again.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.